Okay, so now we're ready for lesson 3.2, working with images within your Google Docs. So there's several different ways of working with images. You're going to be asked to add images, to resize them, and then just to kind of explore the different positions that you can have your images on your document. So let me pull up my lesson plan that I've been working on. I have a couple of areas, student direction. So please continue to add content as you have time. By the time you're done and turn this in, I will want all the content added, but you add it at whatever works for you in your time frame. So I have a couple here that don't have images. I'm going to show you what I'm looking for. If I scroll down, here's information on creating the presentation. I found a cute little robot image. Here's one turning it in, showing a laptop. This is a wrapped image. If you see, if I move it around, the text wraps around it. So feel free to explore that option. And then here's just a little check mark there. So that's what I'm looking for, is in front of each of your subtitles that you have added some images just to give your lesson plan some added interest, etc. So let's go back up here to the top. And in front of student directions, there's a couple places, ways that you can add images to a doc. So the first one we've looked at before, I'm just going to go back to insert image. And I'm going to search the web, but feel free to explore all of those, especially those of you that are a little bit more advanced users. Jump in and explore some of those options. And this is student directions. I'd already typed something in to make it a little faster for you. But let me go down and pick an image. I'm going to pick this icon right here. And then down here, I'm going to select insert. Now all the images are going to come in very large. That's not the one I thought I was getting. But anyway, we'll use it. Doesn't really matter. So again, I'm sorry I didn't make that clear. I'm grabbing from the corners to drag it. That will keep the image proportional. If I grab here in the middle, then it can easily become not proportional and like squished, etc. So always grab from the corners. That keeps your image in proportion to the length and the width. Now, by default, it's coming in as inline, which means that it's on the same line as your cursor. So wherever your cursor is, when you insert that image, that's where it's going to appear. If I don't want it inline, I can choose the wrap feature, and then I can freely move that image around to where I want it to be. Okay, if I just click inline again, it should go back. Okay, it went to the end of the line this time, which isn't bad. And then I can just drag it to where I want it to be. If you want a little space in between those images, you can just use your space bar to add a little space. If you want to add a border to it, you can go up here to the border weight and select a border and automatically add a border to your image. So again, explore some of those options, and you can even change the type of border it is. So have fun with that. The other thing that I wanted to show you is if I'm going to take it and move it on its own line here, just so you can see. If I want to move the image, but I don't want to use the wrap, I can also use my alignment tools here. I can center an image. I can right justify it. It's going to be on that same line. So if there's any text that's on that same line, let me put it up here in the front here. And I'll do the same thing. Let's find my alignment tools again. If I center it, it centers everything that's on that line. Right adjust. So you can see how that alignment tool can also be used to move your image around on the page for where you want it. Okay, let's do it again. I've got another one here. And this time I'm going to use over to the lower right-hand corner is called the Explore tool. This tool does a lot of things, and we'll be looking at some of the other functions that has later on in the course. But right now I'm just going to explore for an image. So I want explore. I'm going to type in here. It says search your docs in the web, and I'm going to type in explore. And let's see what I get. But I want it to be an image. Oh, I I think for this one, I want it to be learn instead. I think I found better pictures that way. Yeah, okay. So here's a ABC kind of a learning icon. I like that one. It brings it up in a different window. I'm going to click insert. And again, it comes in really large. The other thing that happens is that there's a lot of gray space on this image. So before I even resize it, I'm going to do what's called a crop and get rid of some of that gray part of it. So I click crop, and then I'm going to come down here in my cursor. If I click and drag, it will show me this is the part I'm going to remove. So I'm going to click and drag. And I could crop from the bottom too. Again, my cursor kind of turns into that little arrow. And so once I have it the way I want it, I click on the crop tool again. And now my image has been cropped. Now it's still too large. So I'm going to grab from the corners and resize it. And, okay. Now again, this one it took up the whole line, so it actually moved my text down below it. So again, just to show you those alignment tools, that's where they are. Okay, if I want it on the same line, I simply click and drag, and then it's in alignment with the text. Again, where you position it is your choice. It's your document. So explore those things. Let me see. There's some other options here. If I click this little three dots here, I can explore size and rotation and look at all the different image options. So that pops up over here. So those of you that are more advanced and just want to learn more about working with images, feel free to explore that. Now I do see that, this topic is split between pages, and I just going to insert a blank page here so that it's all on one page. I want this to be a multi-page document anyway. I'm going to undo that and just go back up, insert. Because again, one of the skills you're going to learn is about inserting page numbers and that kind of thing. So, okay. So I think that's it on adding images. Make sure when you're resizing that you're grabbing from the corners so that it stays proportional. Explore the wrap options. Explore the other image options. And don't forget about the alignment tools if you want to move it around on the page. So take care and have fun.